What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Shelves. If this is your first time checking out this video series, this is basically my Blu-ray and DVD update video that I do every month, talking about all the Blu-rays and DVDs I got over the past 31 days, and give my quick little mini review for them, tell you whether or not you should go out and buy it, see it on Netflix, or skip it all together. So, gonna have a little bit of a retread. I already did my Black Friday haul video, so I'll go over those again really quickly, but I got some other really cool stuff too. We'll start with the Black Friday stuff. Now, these were the movies that I bought that are honestly just Christmas presents for my kids. I got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I'm not really a big Harry Potter fan. I've only seen the first one, but my son loves them, so I wanted to get this for him because we haven't seen it yet. I got Trolls for my daughter. Cars 3 for my daughter. Cars is probably my least favorite of the Pixar films, but she loves them. All kids love them. They love the toys. The Dark Tower, which honestly I didn't hate. I thought it was pretty decent. It was a big disappointment as far as what the movie could have been and what it should have been, but it was entertaining enough for me to buy it. But it's something that my son is going to like a lot, so I bought that one. That's kind of half for me. I don't mind owning that one. Kong Skull Island, which was a decent enough movie. I think he's going to enjoy that one a lot, so I bought that one for him. He likes the big monster movies. And The Mummy, which I bought for my daughter, because she loves horror movies, but, you know, obviously you got to be careful about which horror movies you let them watch. Can't let them watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre and stuff. So this is a decent little middle-of-the-road, not really horror movie, but enough horror in there that she'll enjoy it, and action-adventure and everything that they'll both like. So got all of those on Black Friday at a pretty good price. Got these for me. I got Kick-Ass on 4K, one of my favorite superhero films of all time. Absolutely love this one. Had to double dip on that one. Serenity, which is an awesome TV movie brought to screen off of the TV show Firefly. It's a movie that should have never existed, but it's pretty awesome. So haven't seen it in years. Definitely want to check that one out. And this was the big find that I got on Black Friday at Best Buy. Now, I had wanted this set when it first came out, but it was like $100. And two of these movies I don't even really like that much, so I was like, I don't really want to spend the money on it. But it was 40 or 45 bucks. I think it was $45 at Best Buy, so less than half price for this Spider-Man Ultimate Legacy Collection 4K box set Extravaganza. And it's got all three of the Raimi films and both of the Amazing Spider-Man films on 4K with these cool little steel books that you can see in here. So definitely worth the price for that, because I love the Raimi trilogy to death. It's one of my favorite trilogies and some of my favorite superhero films of all time. So just to get those three, it was worth 45 bucks, and I'll probably watch the Amazing Spider-Mans occasionally. I don't hate them. I don't really like the second one hardly at all, but the first one's okay. But I'm just not really big on those. I really like the Raimi trilogy. But anyway, I also got this, which was not really part of my Black Friday haul, but this had to have been Black Friday prices. I've been playing South Park: The Fractured Butthole, and I got kind of on a South Park kick, so I bought a shitload of South Park Blu-rays. I got season 12 through season 19, and only because the seasons leading up to this, I guess, haven't even been released on Blu-ray yet, so those are coming out sometime this month, and they were like 30 bucks a piece. Each of these were like $7 a piece for an entire season. I think maybe the most recent one, the 19th season, was maybe $12, but the rest of these were like $7, $8, so a huge steal for those. So I'm a big fan of South Park. I haven't watched it in a very, very long time. So pretty much all of these I have never seen before, with the exception of a few episodes here and there that I remember from like 2008, 2009. But playing the game kind of gave me my South Park kick, and I wanted to get some more to watch. So I've been watching those while I've been editing these videos. Probably will watch it while I'm editing this video. So wanted some new stuff. Now, as far as the other stuff that I got, which is where most of the new releases are, but there's also some older stuff that I rebought. Most recently, I got Logan Lucky, which I haven't had a chance to watch yet. It was one of the movies that I really wanted to see in theaters and just didn't get a chance to go see, so I expect this to be really good and really funny. I like Soderbergh, and I like everybody involved in the cast, so that should be good. Atomic Blonde, another one that I was really curious about. It looked like John Chick. That's what I called it when I watched the theatrical trailers, but it looked interesting enough, so I wanted to check this one out. Still haven't had a chance to watch it. The Hitman's Bodyguard, which I love Samuel L. and I love Ryan Reynolds to death, so it's probably going to be a mediocre buddy cop action type movie, but you know what? If I can watch these two and laugh at least a few times, it's going to be worth the price of admission, so I wanted to get that one too. Still haven't, I seen like the first 20 minutes of it and it was pretty funny, but I got busy and had to do other things, so I haven't had the chance to watch any new movies. I got Misery, the Scream Factory release, which is a must-own. Like, this is probably my second favorite Stephen King movie of all time. It's brilliant. Rob Reiner, you got Kathy Bates in the role that made her a superstar. She got an Oscar for this. James Caan is awesome. If you don't know the story of it, basically, Paul Sheldon, who's the guy played by James Caan, he's this big famous writer. He writes these romance novels with this character, Misery. He gets in a car wreck, he gets pulled out of the wreck, and he gets brought to the house of Annie Wilkes, who's played by Kathy Bates. She's his biggest fan in the world, is obsessed with these Misery novels, and after she finds out that he kills Misery in the newest novel that gets released while he is in captivity with her, while she's healing him, she basically goes nuts and keeps his ass there. The hobbling scene is the scene that is the stuff nightmares are made of with this movie. So if you have not seen Misery, abso-freaking-lutely go out and buy this. This is an awesome movie. So the Scream Factory release was damn good too. I got the poster on my wall, so definitely worth the price of admission. And I know I didn't give ratings for all the movies that were the Black Friday stuff, but I just wanted to get through that out of the way. So I'll give ratings for all of these. I got Wind River, which was actually a really good little kind of slow, quiet release. This is written and directed by Taylor Sheridan, who's the guy who wrote Sicario, and he wrote last year one of my favorite movies, Hell or High Water. So this is kind of like his 1-3 punch where he has done like really, really critically acclaimed movies. And this is probably, it's not as good as Hell or High Water to me, but it's a good close second. Sicario I need to watch again. Sicario was very slow to me. But Wind River is really good. It tells a story basically where you got Elizabeth Olsen's FBI agent. You got Jeremy Renner, who's kind of like a game hunter. This takes place in a Native American reservation. I don't remember exactly what state. I want to say Alaska, but that's probably wrong. But anyway, girl ends up getting murdered. They find her body, and they got to go on this murder mystery trying to figure out how she got killed. Very basic setup. It doesn't try to do anything outside of that basic kind of wheelhouse of murder mysteries, but it's the acting performances and the dialogue and the writing that's what makes this shine. I didn't think it was perfect. Like, a lot of people thought this was one of the greatest movies ever. There's one scene in this that involves the reveal of what happened that seems really like over the top and just beats you over the head with the answers and the evil and who's the killer and everything. And just kind of, that scene didn't quite work for me, but I thought this was a damn good movie. It's still a go out and buy it, but not quite on the level that I think a lot of people are putting it on. But hey, that's why we're all movie fans. We got different opinions. This is one I haven't had a chance to watch it. I bought it because it's for a Patreon request of mine. I haven't had a chance to watch this one. I've seen the remake, didn't care for the remake, but I'll be doing a review for this as soon as I get a chance to. I got a lot of stuff on the books already. That's the old school, The Poseidon Adventure. Like I said, this will be a Patreon request review coming up, so look out for my review for that. I have not seen it, so I don't have a review for you, or a rating for you. I got this because I had bought the first 4 Friday the 13th on Blu-ray, and this was kind of like a rare find. I found it really cheap on eBay. A guy was selling it. It was like 25 bucks, which is cheap for what you can get this movie, these little double packs for. And it's Friday the 13th, Part 5, A New Beginning, and Part 6, Jason Lives. I'm one of the few people, now I'm not a gigantic Friday the 13th fanatic. I've only seen most of the movies once. I didn't hate Part 5, which most people hate. I thought it was actually kind of a ridiculous little horror comedy, so it was decent enough for me. Jason Lives is arguably most people's favorite. It's usually between that one and 4, so definitely needed to own that one. But you know, stay tuned because I've teased it a few times. I have a couple smaller horror franchises that I'm going to try to knock out here in the next month or so, but at the beginning of 2018, look out for the beginning of my Friday the 13th review series. I will be doing that because it's the most requested thing on my channel by far. So we'll be giving you guys that very soon. Something else that I have not had a chance to watch. I got barely any ratings on this fucking this episode. And you know what? I actually forgot to say too, Misery was my pick of the month. So I'll still have the little indicator up here to let you know it was my pick of the month, but Misery was my pick of the month this month. Preacher Season 2. Now, I love the Preacher comic books. I have not gotten a chance to read all of them yet. I'm more than halfway through them, but I love them to death what I have read. The first season really disappointed me because if you've read the comic book Preacher, they basically take the first 10 pages of Preacher and they make the first season like this long, drawn-out, stretched-out prequel story that only resolves the first, like the opening 10 pages of the comic book. And it was such a waste of a season. It gave you good characters and it gave you some interesting things here and there. and it has some interesting wit to it, but it was felt like such a waste of a season. Now this is the season when the actual storyline of the comic books actually gets going, so I didn't get a chance to watch it while it was live on FX, but I have a good feeling that this is going to be a lot better of a season. If not, I'm just not going to watch the show anymore, but had to go buy this to give it a shot because I love the comics so much. I'm hoping that this is going to be as good as the comics, or at least get into that wheelhouse that I was hoping that season 1 is, but we will see. If you've seen Preacher season 2, let me know if this is better than season 1, especially if you've read the comics. Now, 2 more movies. One of them's an oldie, one of them's a newie. And this one I had to buy because I don't have any of them. This is one of my favorite holiday films, and it's in that Christmas season right now, and that's the original Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. One of my favorite Christmas movies. I love this movie to death. This is a go out and buy it. If you have not seen this, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but definitely this month for sure, go check this movie out and get it because it's just a holiday classic. You got Tim Allen, who's basically this kind of snobbish businessman to a degree, and he accidentally ends up in this situation where he has to become the new Santa Claus, and it's about basically the entire year leading up to the next Christmas. All these things start happening to him where he actually has to prepare to be Santa Claus on December 25th and the 24th for Christmas Eve. So just a great Christmas movie, one of my favorite Tim Allen movies. I don't love the second one. I've never seen the third one, so I didn't want to get the whole box set. I just wanted to get this one. That's why I got the single. But like I said, go out and buy it. That's a great one. Now this is the only new movie that I actually had the chance to sit down and watch. And I was most intrigued about it because some of my friends have been talking about it. I've seen some interesting reviews on it. Very opposing reviews saying it's a really dark thriller, and some people saying it's so off the wall and ridiculous it's hilarious. And that is Good Time with Robert Pattinson. Now this is telling the story of these 2 brothers. Robert Pattinson's one of them, and you have a mentally challenged guy who's actually the director and one of the writers. Benny Safdie, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Basically, they try to rob this bank. It goes awry. The mentally challenged brother gets put in prison, and he's trying to break him out the entire movie, and it just goes wrong after wrong after wrong with all these things he tries to do. And it's actually quite hilarious how ridiculous some of his plans go horribly wrong. But this was a really interesting movie. It was kind of strange to me when it ended. It seemed like it ended really suddenly, but it's a part of kind of the style of the movie. So I actually kind of rewound it, like 15 minutes of it, to make sure I didn't like nod off or something and miss something. But I think this is a go out and buy it movie. It's on the lower end of that because I don't love this movie, but it was a really unique, interesting story that I have not seen. It's a very unique movie that it's not like anything else out there right now, and that's why I like it so much, because you got to have some breaths of fresh air every once in a while. So I would say go out and buy this and check it out. Robert Pattinson, don't be scared off by the whole Twilight thing, because I hate those movies just as much as anybody else, but he definitely shows in this one at least that he has acting chops and he can do other things besides playing the fucking sparkling vampire. So give this a shot. I think it was pretty damn good. I think most of you will like it a lot too. It's very different though, so expect something different. Well, that's it, guys. That is my Blu-ray haul, this episode of Off the Shelves for the month of November 2017. I hope everybody is having a great December. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and a great Black Friday. Hope you enjoyed watching this one, and definitely check out the titles that I asked you to check out, because I think you will like all of them. Otherwise, I would not steer you that direction. But as always, guys, please like and share this video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. If you want to check out my social media links, I got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter down on the video description below, as well as the link to my Patreon page, which is a great way to give to this channel, help this channel grow, but also get cool exclusive content for your eyes only if you decide to become a patron. And if you want to check out some more of my videos, guys, you can check out a few more by clicking right over here.